second. I'm about to come on right now. Just give me 1 second, bro. I got to get something real quick.
I done woke up, slept on me, trying to eat with vultures. Y'all look frail, let me feed the culture. Can't get full of the lead and coke, huh? Still sober? Y'all OD, follow me. Where the rain follow me, king. Yeah, I know the king, Martin Luther King. You ain't really gonna throne, boy, you in a dream. Wake up, y'all don't want it. Down to the white, I better put Marlo on it. And let's soon Chico Hilo, homie. And if I'm scared, I guess I don't know it. Cause I'm still going still right where the heat at. And where I ain't supposed to be, that's where I be at. And I spit that, sit back, listen to the truth for the sky crack, and the Lord gets back. Or somebody wants to get back, and they click clack, leave it bent back, looking at this intact. Never left, but I've been back, cross on my bit neck, and I don't rap gospel, I live that. But I'm nothing but a gimmick. You see me in the club, funny, you was in it. Skip a cosign, shout out to the homie Kendrick. And all I hear is crickets when I run into the critics. Oh well, show tells me a lot when they tell me to rock. Keep my eyebrows raised, man, what I'm cooking. And the sales may drop, yeah, the meal may stop, but they ask for the truth, yeah, I'ma do it. They like, how you do that now? Sound kinda nice, boy, who that down? Is everything real good, true and fair? But you probably wouldn't listen if you knew that down. If you knew that down.
The heart beats just a little faster right now, doesn't it? As they stand alone right now. No cornermen. They're just ready to make the...
Black host coast, keep your hands up, keep your chin tucked. It's the one that only goes with the shadow in the front. Hope y'all having a blessed day today. It is Saturday and it is kind of chilly where I am at over on the East Coast, but it is what it is. Still got to keep the ball rolling. You know what I mean? I had to run to the store real quick. Yo, homie, just joined my Slack. Yo, homie, just what? What happened? Yo, homie, just I am my Slack. Oh, okay, my bad. Yeah, man. Just came back. I went to go live earlier, man, and then I remembered I had to go to the store, and so I just came back. Plus, it gave me time to actually find some other stuff that I wanted to talk about because I didn't just want to talk about one thing. Yes, right. Diego Pacheco fighting tonight. I like that guy, man. I like that guy. I want to see a lot more of him because that division right now. When you look, I'm gonna talk about that. Pounce. I'm gonna talk about that. Because I want to talk about him a little bit later, and I want to talk about the division too. Also, want to talk about we got Boo Boo and David is right around the corner. Boo Boo and David coming right up, man. And I'm telling you, man, I saw David Benavidez on an interview with what's his name, Stephen A. Smith. I saw him with Stephen A. Smith, and I didn't watch the whole interview, but. You know what I find funny, man? I find funny those guys, those reporters that you see from like not just ESPN, but like just like any other place, you know what I mean? Like from these main outlets. It's just funny to hear them try to talk because you could tell like the information that they got was given to them. Like you could tell, like he's not talking off the top of his head. Everything he's asking them, you could tell it was like somebody found that. It's just I find it funny. They be messing up names, they be messing up records, they be messing up info and stuff like that. I find it funny, man. What's going? All right, let me see right here. Let me get everything together. Also, by the way, I now that the Shakur fight is over and everything, obviously, I want to move on. I want to move on as far as talking about upcoming fights and stuff like that. But I do want to touch on something with that because I seen the fight again. Not that anything has changed. Not that anything has changed about how I view the fight. I'm not going to say that but I did notice something that I probably did not notice the first time because the fight was so damn boring. You know what I mean? And by the way, Shakur is hold on. Let me make sure. I always got to ask, man. One day I will be able to confidently start my live without checking my damn audio. One day. But the reason why I always check my audio is you don't know how many times I start talking, and 10 minutes in, I look and somebody's like, bro, we can't hear you. So I want to make sure, man. This happens all the time. 10 minutes in, I look and somebody's like, okay, we good, we good, we good. Might even be a little bit too loud, actually. All right. So you see, audio is good. Audio is good. Thanks, Pounds. I appreciate you, man. So I went ahead and did y'all see the fight again? Did y'all? You're probably like, for what? Right? You're probably like, yeah, what the fuck? You want to see that again? I always try to rewatch a fight. Maybe not even all of it, but I'll watch some of it to see if I'm catching something that I haven't caught the first time. You know what I mean? And I can tell you right now that I honestly believe that it's a mixture of Shakur being a little bit hesitant, and it is possible, bro. I'm just saying. Okay, yeah. No, what I'm saying is, bro, is I don't know about you, but I did notice something, bro. And I don't know. And to see, the thing is, I don't really want to say anything because the last thing I want to do is give anybody an excuse, bro. I don't want to give an excuse because I've always said, man, listen, if you injured, sick, I don't care what it is. If somebody passes away, if you feel like you're not 100% leading up to a fight, bro, just don't fight. Just don't fight. That's always how I looked at it, man, because especially if you undefeated, bro. Especially if you're undefeated, right? And you're a young fighter. I'm not talking about you're later on in your career and you're fighting just for financial reasons. If that's the case, fine, I understand. But when you're a young fighter like that, and you got people backing you like Andre Ward and Floyd Mayweather and Terrence Bud Crawford, and you got these guys walking in the ring. What's going on, OG? And you got these guys walking in the ring with you. All I'm saying is that is a lot. They are projecting you as the future. They are projecting you as the future, especially when, I mean, you got 3 Hall of Famers. I mean, look at that. Just those 3 names alone: Floyd Mayweather, Andre Ward, and Terrence Bud Crawford. If you got those 3 guys walking you out to the ring, bro, you best believe that you better be in 100%. Because in my opinion, it's a reflection on them. Not necessarily like we're gonna look at them differently, but I look at it like no different than somebody giving me. I look at it no different than somebody that's giving, like, if OG gave me like a for a resume or something. I look at it like that. Like, if you like, yo, tell them you know me or something like that. That's how I look at that, especially with boxing. If you have Floyd and Andre Ward and all these guys walking you down the ring, bro, you better be in 100%. You better be fully ready or prepared. If you're later on in your career and you're old and you need money, it's a little bit different. So whether you're sick or not, or injured or whatever, don't fight, bro. Don't fight. Why would you even jeopardize anything like that? That's why I don't want to harp on that. What I am saying is, I think it's very possible. The reason why I think it's very possible is because, yes, I went ahead and I watched the fight again. I know. I don't know why, but I did. And you know what I did? It didn't take me long, by the way. It didn't take me long. I watched the fight and I said to myself, let me make an edited clip, right? I went ahead and I made an edited clip. I took Shakur. I didn't take De Los Santos. I just focused on Shakur. And I basically took the highlights, and I basically, every time Shakur threw a punch, I recorded it. Almost like, do you understand what I'm saying? Like, every time he threw a punch, I press record, wait till I see him throw a punch again, press record. So I'm seeing all his offense, which was not a lot. Neither of them had a lot of offense. But I went ahead, went back in the highlights, and I basically tried to record most of Shakur Stevenson's punches. And I saw something. Now, you probably didn't see it when you're first watching the fight because it was so boring. I mean, to be honest with you, I by the time it got to like 6th or 7th round, I was upset, bro. I was like, bro, it's like I'm watching the same round. It's like deja vu almost. It might be a little bit different, a little punch land here, whatever, but it was basically the same thing. I saw two guys respecting each other way too much. And I've seen a lot of people talking about, Shakur was straight running and De Los Santos was pressuring him. Yeah, De Los Santos threw an all-time low. Okay. And he landed an all-time low. Now, obviously, Shakur was on his back foot. I get it. But De Los Santos also was hesitant, bro. Because I seen the fight again. There was a lot of times where he could have thrown punches and he didn't. I don't know why, but he didn't. I just seemed like both these dudes were respecting each other way too much. But I want to show you something, and I'm going to show it to you in a bit. It's about, how long is it? Let me see how long it is. It's about 1 minute and 7 seconds long. It's about 1 minute and 7 seconds long. I went ahead and I took, like I said, I recorded every time Shakur threw a punch. And before I play the clip, I want to say, look, man, the kid deserves criticism after a performance like that. Okay, he does. But when you think about it, when you really think about it, if anyone can bounce back from this, it's him, because that kid is so defensively sound, and his agility and his ring awareness alone, when you have something that good. Now, of course, us as boxing fans, we don't watch fights for defense. We want to see engagement. You see what I'm saying? We're watching, especially if you pay, or you're paying pay-per-view, or you're paying a monthly subscription. You want to see two fighters engage, bro. Okay? So we're not so concerned about defense. But what I am saying is, I've always liked when a fighter is able to evade punches and catch you, you know what I mean? Like dodging in the pocket and landing a couple of punches, tagging your opponent and not getting hit, because nobody wants to get hit. Okay, nobody's gonna purposely let you hit them. I mean, sometimes it's rare that it happens, but the whole purpose is to hit and not get hit. Okay, we know that. It's when you're not it's when you're not engaging too much, and it looks like y'all basically sparring, is when it becomes a problem. And especially if you're the main event, especially when you're projected to be the next best, one of the best top fighters in the world, which I still think he is. I think he's ahead of the game, though. I think Shakur is ahead of the game because of his defensive awareness, his agility, his ring awareness. It's top notch, bro. So he's got that going for him, so he could focus on everything else he needs to focus on. Some fighters, they need to work on their defense. They need to work on keeping their hands up. They need to work on dodging punches. They need to work on their footwork. He doesn't have to worry about any of that. Shakur don't got to worry about none of that. So he could just focus on everything else. He still got that. Grandpa, still, hey, nice to see that you're here, bro. Nice to see that you're here, man. Nice to see you're still streaming after that poor performance. Well, it's nice to see that you're still trolling and showing up and supporting me, bro, and giving me views. I appreciate you, man. So, at the end of the day, if anyone could bounce back from that, it's this. Now, I want to play a small clip. I want you to look at it, and I want you to tell me what you see. It's only about like a minute long. It's only about a minute long. Ready? Here we go.
He has shown in the recent past. Here we go, Tim. What are we looking for early on?
Shakur's to get but De Los Santos
For De Los Santos.
There it is.
To get those openings to count. Short right hand, Shakur.
There's something I told you folks at home. Frustration comes.
Actually being effective.
Or is real. It does.
Jose Valenzuela.
They show no respect, especially move back. He can move in his jab against De Los Santos.
Precious moments of downloading.
For Stevenson, look, they're not in depth.
Just keep it outside. I'm going to just keep down. Early. Extremely cautious. He don't want to get hit to draw in Shakur. Making his punch. And then
A plus. Your point, Mark, died this year, but will he pressure? Will
making a miss.
You see a guy willing to exchange attacks?
No, you're not going to accomplish the task. Still has punching power.
Now, I took and recorded Shakur's offense, which wasn't a lot, by the way. Wasn't a lot. It didn't take me a long time to do that. Uh, did you notice anything other than the fact that he was being very evasive? I noticed it. Out of all those punches, he threw 2 left hands. The rest of them were all rights. He was tripling a right jab, right uppercut. I don't know. Regardless of what it is, you can't use that as an excuse, in my opinion, because you shouldn't be fighting if you have an injury. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't, even if you have one, I don't think you should fight. It is what it is, because then you're basically giving yourself an excuse if something goes wrong. That's why I don't like it. That's why I didn't like it when Tio lost to Kambosos and said that he was sick, even though he was. Why did you fight then, bro? Why did you put your undefeated record, a title fight, on the line if you think you're not 100%? And I don't know if it's because of the pressure that they have or whatever, but regardless, after a performance like that, nobody wants to hear you have an injury, even if you probably do. Even if you probably do. I mean, it doesn't. I mean, I think these young fighters need to get in their head that no matter how good you do, you're gonna have people that don't like you anyway. You know what I mean? I've told Krempai all the time, 1 + 1 is 2. He doesn't understand. He's not smart enough to understand. You have to just let that go. You have to understand that he's just dumb. So you need to understand that no matter how you perform, you're gonna have people that don't like you. So why put that at risk? Why even put that at risk? You know, but if anyone could bounce back, I would say it would be him. But after that fight, I don't think I would want to see a Devin and Shakur right now. I would go to sleep. I would go to sleep. I really would. And because even if they were to both fight, one of them, I guarantee you, one of them is going to be evasive. That's how that fight's going to look. One of them's going to be evasive. The other one's going to be coming forward, and it's going to look like that. And I think Shakur has an issue with people that I think, and I was really thinking about it, and I was like, well, Oscar Valdez throws all his punches full force, damn near full force. He's a power puncher. Damn near every single punch he throws is hard shot. He stood in the pocket with him. He stood in the pocket with Kansei Sal. He stood in the pocket with Harry. So if he doesn't respect you as much, he'll stand in the pocket. He'll stand in the pocket. But if he respects your power, or if it goes to show you what he's going to do. He did it with Nakatilia. He did it with and now he did it with De Los Santos. Now, can you imagine? Let me ask you a question. Can you imagine if he was to fight Tank? How that would look? Because if you're concerned about getting rocked by De Los Santos, I could just imagine how a Tank fight would look. So he deserves criticism. At the end of the day, he does. But if anyone can bounce back, it's him, because that kid's agility and his defense is top notch. Even though a lot of people don't want to see defense. What I'm saying is you're ahead of the game. When you have other things to work on and you know your defense is that good, to me, you're ahead of the game. You can focus on everything else you need to focus on. You need to focus on getting your head right to be more aggressive, or you want to focus on maybe changing your offense a little bit, or adding some new stuff to your arsenal. It's very easy to do that when you got defense that good. That's all I'm saying. And you're only as good. The saying is you're only as good as your last fight. I believe there's a lot of truth to that, because obviously when people look at you, they think of your last fight, which is why when they say you're as good as your last fight, that is why I had my prediction the way that I did, because I'm looking at his last 3 fights. His last 3 fights, he stood in the pocket and was aggressive. So it's only natural for me to be inclined to think that he was going to do that again, but he didn't do it. But as I showed you with the clip right now, 99% of his punches was all right hands. He was tripling up doubling his right hand or whatever. So, but even if there is something wrong, it's even worse in my opinion. It's like, then you shouldn't have fought, Shakur. That's how, but at the end of the day, he deserves his criticism. That's going to follow him all the way up to his next fight. He said he's taking time off, right? So if he's taking time off, so what we talking about here? April, May, June? What? April, May, June, maybe? So all the way up to then, that's going to follow him. It's going to follow him. And he needs to understand that even if he has a better performance next fight, you're still going to have people that's going to say something. You know, how many times I got to tell Creme Pie I never left YouTube after Chris Colbert lost? He doesn't understand. So I can't run my channel. If I ran my channel based on his opinion, bro, I would never be on YouTube. I would never be on YouTube. So I appreciate him, but I understand he's slow. So he needs to understand that there's haters, bro. Like, you know, it is what it is. You deserve to be criticized because you was a main event. They were circulating the whole Formula F1 around the event, so that made Top Rank look bad. Or ESPN, I guess, whichever one. Both of them. They're both their Top Rank is under ESPN. But I feel like if anyone can dig himself out of this, it's him. But definitely after seeing that fight, I don't want to see Devin and Shakur right now because that would be. And by the way, another thing too that I think that he really hurt himself with Shakur. You got to look at when you look at a performance and you look at how bad your performance is, right? The only thing that could have been worse for him, even though he won unanimously, because he did win the fight, just and not in a way that people liked it. The only thing that could have been worse than that is him actually losing. Think about that. The only thing that could have happened worse than that, than what happened to him Thursday night, is for him to have actually lost the fight. So I always try to look at positive things, the positive things that how can you look at the positive of a situation? What a positive is, bruh, you done hit the bottom. You went so far below to the point where the only thing worse is just losing. So so mentally, it's only one direction. That's up. That's up. But I also feel like that whatever momentum he ever had, and I don't think he had a lot, but whatever momentum he gained from his last 3 fights to becoming a pay-per-view fighter is now flushed down the toilet. Nobody's going to put him on pay-per-view after that. That's just the truth. Unless he's fighting Tank, or maybe if he's fighting Devin, they might put it on pay-per-view. But now they have to look at that. But even though with a performance like that, the views itself wasn't that bad. But that's because we thought we were going to see something different. So his next opponents, in my opinion, he has to fight. This is how I look at it. His next opponent cannot be a Yoshino type opponent. It cannot. It cannot. You got to fight either Pitbull Cruz, William Cepeda, Frank Martin, Devin Haney. We know he's not fighting Tank next. So get that out of your head. He needs to fight, in my opinion, Cruz or I think a perfect fight for him would be William Cepeda or maybe Cruz. If he fought somebody like Cruz, he's flat-footed, right? Got a lot of power, but he's flat-footed like Oscar. So I would do that if I was him. Get back in your rhythm, stand in the pocket in that fight like you did your last 3 fights, and get yourself back moving, bro. That's what boxing is, bro. You're as good as your last fight. That doesn't mean it's over, though. It's going to follow him all the way up until his next fight, of course. But that's just part of the game, bro. You got to understand. Just like anything in life, you're going to have people that don't like you. You're going to have people that's going to talk shit, even if you're at the top of your game, bro. Even if you're at the top of your game. If you walk into a room and there's 100 people and you the flyest dude, you got all the money, the best looking girls, I guarantee you there's a handful of people that don't like you. They still don't like you, whether it's jealousy, whether it's envious, or sometimes people just don't like you because they just they like, you ever feel a feeling like, I don't know, something about that guy, I don't like him. So you can't live your life proving yourself to other people or basing it off that. But a lot of these young fighters do that. A lot of these young fighters do that because they're online, they're on social media and all this other stuff. Man, if you lose a fight, don't ever go on social media. Yes, he did, Pounds. Yes, he did. Is he really? Is that official? Is that official yet? Is Jermaine Ortiz at 140 or at 130? I mean, 135. Isn't he at 135? Isn't Jermaine Ortiz at 135? Because he fought Loma, right? That would be a good fight, Pounds. That's actually a very, very good fight for him. whatever he chooses to do until his next fight, this is going to follow him. And whatever momentum he had for being a pay-per-view fighter, even though he's a champion, is now gone. I don't think Bob will put him on pay-per-view after that. Not until he proves himself again. But we know that he can be that type of fighter, stand in the pocket. He did it his last 3 fights. Now we know that if he's fighting somebody that's fast and powerful, and he respects your power and speed, now we know that's what he's going to do, because he did it with Nakatilia and he did it with De Los Santos. That's something he needs to fix. But it's not as bad as like he needs to he just, with Shakur, it's more of his mind. You see what I'm saying? He's ahead of the game because he needs to fix his mind. It's not like he needs to fix his physical ability. Defense is top notch. Maybe my power a little bit, but defense is top notch. Throws good punches, throws fast punches, throws combinations, has good defense, good feints. So it's more of a mental thing with Shakur. To me, you're ahead of the game. You're ahead of the game. And the best way to move past this, bro, is I think you should just stay off social media. Okay. Take accountability, whether you have an injury or not, because a lot of people don't want to hear that. I don't like people fighting that have if anything's wrong with you, I don't care if you got a migraine, bro. If you got a migraine, I don't think you should fight. Because then after the fight, if you lose or you have a bad performance, what are you going to say? Right before the fight, I had a mic. We don't want to hear that though. And I have to keep it 100 with Shakur. I still like Shakur. Y'all know I like Shakur. But I got to keep it 100 though. I'm not gonna be like, I'm not gonna lie. But I think that he's ahead of the game. I think he's ahead of the game as far as his abilities and what he could do in the ring, and his lateral movement, and his ring IQ, and his agility. I mean, listen, when you have defense like that, you could work on other things. The problem is, like I keep saying, is that a lot of fans don't want to see defense. We want to see engagement. We want to see engagement. It's something that can be fixed, is what I'm saying. It's something that can be fixed. And even if he does fix it, you're going to have people that are always going to question. Look at Canelo. Canelo, when Canelo's name is brought up, it doesn't matter of his accomplishments. It doesn't really matter. Every time Canelo's name is brought up, Canelo, he got rocked by Cotto in 1980, in 1981. It doesn't matter. Canelo can go up to heavyweight and clean out the heavyweight division. He's going to have people that don't like him, and is going to always bring something up, and is always going to say something. He's always going to say he cherry-picked his way at 168. They're always going to criticize Canelo. He don't care. That's what I like about Canelo. That's what that shit don't bother him one bit. He out golf, and he got like a net worth of $200 million. He's like, I know that. It don't bother him. With a lot of these young fighters, this stuff bothers them. Hold on 1 second. It's my cousin. I have to tell her to call me right back. Laura, I can't talk right now. I'm sorry. Can I call you back? Okay. I'll talk to you later. I feel bad telling my cousin that, but she hardly ever calls me. But what am I going to do? Take the phone call while I'm on live? I mean, yeah, and Boxing Magic, this is what it is. I think it's more mental with him. It's more mental. Like he needs to mentally get himself right. But I'll tell you what, which one would you rather be? Would you rather have good boxing IQ and good and great boxing skills and good defense, and you just need to work on your mental skills? Like as far as like when you're fighting somebody that can hurt you, they're a power puncher, they're fast. You need to work on getting that dog in you, right? Would you rather that? Or would you rather be a fighter that has dog, but you fucking got no skills? You got no defense. You're slow. You know what I mean? That's what I mean by he's ahead of the game. Your mindset is something you can always work on to the day you die. To the day you die, you can work on your mindset, bro. You could be scared all your life of something and wake up the next day and go, you know what? I'm done. I don't care no more. I'm not scared. So that's something you can always change. You can't always change your physical abilities and how fast you are and how powerful you are in a matter of months. It's not going to happen. I mean, it can, but I doubt it. And I would rather be in a position where I'm changing my mindset than I am changing my physical abilities. Yes. Yes, but you know, you got to keep in mind, though, Sergeant, when he fought Valdez, he stood in the pocket. So, and I think the issue with him, I honestly believe, I think the issue with him is his mind. Like when he fought, something about Oscar Valdez, he knew. Like if you remember, he was so confident leading up to that fight. It was like something in his mind told him he ain't gonna beat me. He can't beat me. I don't know whether it's he thought he was too slow or whatever, but we know Valdez packs a punch, bro. Valdez packs a punch. He's probably who hits harder than Valdez at 130. Who hits harder than Valdez at 130? I'm thinking. I'm trying to think. So we know that he could stay in the pocket with somebody that he doesn't necessarily respect their power as much. When he fought Nakatilia, he was fast and powerful. What did he do? He was on the bicycle. And when I say bicycle, you know, by the way, I always say I think we need to clarify what we mean by things because I've been through this already. My pound for pound is different than your pound for pound. And why? A lot of times it's because your pound for pound, your definition of pound for pound is different than my definition of pound for pound. When I say you're on your bicycle, all I'm saying is that you're being evasive and not engaging as much as you should. Because at the end of the day, you cannot win a round off defense. You cannot. If I fought an opponent and he's throwing 50 punches and I dodge all those punches in the first round, I'm dodging them. I'm looking pretty. None of them land, right? But I throw nothing. The judges will most likely give it to the guy that threw 50 punches. Will they not? How can I get a 10-8 round if I didn't throw a punch? So your defense is good, but it's your offense that wins you the fight. You got to be able to score a knockdown, hurt the dude, get points or whatever. That's what I mean. But I still think he's ahead of the game as far as that goes. And this could be a blessing in disguise. Because the truth is, Frank Martin didn't want to fight him. Cepeda didn't want to fight him. And Pitbull didn't want to fight him. So now they probably look at it. Now, some of them might still say, now I definitely don't want to fight him because that's how he's going to do. So it might not be a blessing in disguise. But I look at it like this. When you hit rock bottom, in my opinion, I know in my life, bro, I've been at some low points in my life. I have. And when I was at those low points, you know what got me through it? A lot of the times what got me through it was, shit, well, it can't get no worse. I'm being dead ass with you. That was a lot what got me forward was like, bro, what's the worst that could happen? I mean, I'm already at that point. And it gets you through because then you start changing your mindset. He needs to understand that was the only thing that could have been worse is if he would have lost that fight. You know, it's almost up there with getting your belt emailed. Okay. I would choose what he did over getting a belt emailed any day of the week because at least he put gloves on and stepped in the ring. Some might say, yeah, there's no difference. He didn't. Look, man, he won on points. He had to throw punches in order to win. It just wasn't impressive. And I think De Los Santos wasn't impressive either. I don't think it all should go on Shakur because just because a guy's being evasive doesn't mean you cannot throw more punches, bro. De Los Santos, for some reason, was hesitant himself. I saw an interview with De Los Santos, by the way, last night, and he said something to that effect, that I should have threw more punches and that I was respecting him too much. Now, why he was, I don't know. This is the issue when you have two guys that are talking a lot of shit or whatever, and then they get into the ring and then their performance is not that good. It puts a sour taste. It puts a sour taste in your mouth for future fights. You know what I mean? And but like I said, I think he could come back, bounce back, but it's gonna follow him all the way up to his next fight. And his next opponent has to be a quality opponent, in my opinion. It cannot be a Yoshino. It's gotta be a I know you said that Tank is fighting Pitbull, but I'm just saying he said he's taking time off. So we're talking what, maybe June, July, maybe June. I'm gonna say let's be safe and say June. Give him 6 months. That's 7 months. I don't think he needs that long, but let's say he takes that long. Pitbull Cruz might be available by that time, or depending on what happens with this fight. But I think it has to be Pitbull Cruz, William Cepeda. I would like to see him fight Frank Martin next. If I was him, I would revisit that fight, beat the shit out of Frank Martin. Frank Martin, stay in the pocket and do what you did against Herring and Conceição and Valdez. But he needs to get in his mind that when he's fighting somebody that could hurt him, he needs to pull out some dog in him. But as far as skills and boxing goes and agility and ring IQ, he's top notch, bro. He's top notch. I mean, if he really doesn't want you to hit him, you're not going to hit him. That's the only reason why I had him beating Tank prior, because I'm like, he's probably the only guy that can get through 12 rounds without getting hit cleanly by Tank. By the way, you know that Tio said the best way to beat Tank. Tio was at it was after, was it before the Josh Taylor fight or after the Josh Taylor fight? Man, I should have recorded that clip with Tio. Did y'all ever hear what Tio, when they asked Tio, how would you fight Tank? Did you ever hear what he said? Yeah, Boxing Magic. Yeah, look, the performance wasn't good. I don't know when you got here, but I saw the fight again. Shakur won the fight based on what little punches were thrown. He won the fight, bro. You got to tell me what rounds De Los Santos won, because when I first watched it, I was like, this is so boring. And I'm like, it actually was a toss up. But when I go back and look at it, even though there was hardly any action, Shakur won that fight. But whether it was by jabs or whatever, De Los Santos didn't do much either, is what I'm saying, though. That's what I'm saying. You can't even make the argument like, well, De Los Santos won the fight. No, he didn't do much. He landed an all-time low 40 punches on a champion in a championship fight and threw an all-time low. So you can't, Shakur won the fight, as bad as that you might not want to say it, or you might not. That's the truth. Shakur won the fight, just not in a good way. And another thing he needs to work on too is, in my opinion, is jumping straight back. And his trainer told him that in the corner. His trainer was telling him, by the way, he said, look, I know you're jumping back too far in a straight line. If he follows through with a right, it jumps forward, he could catch you going backwards. He was trying to tell him. Also, I believe his grandfather or his father, whoever, he was giving him good advice. He was giving him good advice in the corner. He was telling him, look, man, you need to be confident in yourself. Trust yourself. Trust your ability. Trust that, so he knew what the issue was. He knew that the issue with Shakur was his mindset, not necessarily his physical. Now, as far as his hand goes, I don't know. And even if it is true, it is what it is. I know when I looked at the fight, almost every punch he threw was a right hand. He threw a couple of lefts. So I don't know. But like I said, that you can't use, in my opinion, you can't use that as an excuse. You can't. I wouldn't have fought. I wouldn't even have gotten the ring. That's just how that's why I don't like it when I don't know, just injuries always bother me. Listen, I know it's a sport with injuries, man. Look, it's a sport with injuries. I mean, they're fighting for their career is fighting and punching each other. Like, you're gonna have injuries, bro. But and I think a lot of fighters maybe fight with little injuries. But if you think you have an injury that's going to impact your performance in a way where you could possibly have a performance like that or lose, you shouldn't fight. You shouldn't fight. If you call it off and let people talk their shit and say, oh, he's scared, he ducked, look, he pulled out of the fight. Let him. It's better than you going forward and having a performance like that or you losing. You see what I'm saying? To me, you're gambling too much. I think you should always be in your best shape physically and mentally for a fight. If not, pull out, man, because your opponent's not going to show you any mercy. I mean, he definitely knows how to. I mean, he was damn near dying and still put up a damn near close fight and still dropped him. Yeah, he definitely knows how. I mean, that's Kambosos' highlight of his career. And he's done nothing since. And he got a gift his last fight. So yeah. Teal, a normal Teal would beat the brakes off him, bro. Because De Los Santos landed the lowest punches ever. Not, we're not talking in 2023, 2022. Ever. He broke. Man, let me look up the record real quick, man. This is why I'm saying that Boxing Magic. I understand what you're saying. It was a frustrating performance. He was on his bicycle all night, but he won the fight, man. He won the fight. I saw it again. I wish I could watch the fight with y'all, because they're gonna take down the live, even though it's free. I wish YouTube wasn't like that. I really wish YouTube was not like that, bro. I wish they allowed us to actually watch the fight. We could watch it right now without them taking my live down. Because the last time I showed even a little clip of the Zone and ESPN, they took my live down, and it was a 3-hour live. They probably might take it down for that little clip I just showed. You know, it's just ridiculous. But if you go back, bro, he won the fight. He won the fight. It just wasn't impressive at all. Neither of them was impressive. And matter of fact, people should be upset with De Los Santos just as much as, and De Los Santos actually admitted it, actually too. He admitted it and said, bro, I didn't throw, I should have thrown more punches. But he said he was frustrated because of the movement. So look, it was a bad performance. Nobody is saying it's not a bad performance, but I can't see how you can watch it and give it to De Los Santos. That's for sure. Who in this chat said T.O. Who in this chat said T.O. won? Did somebody say T.O. won? What is he talking about? What is this guy? Is this guy, is he from another country or something? Or does he not know English? He probably doesn't know English. Please, I hope it's not a combination of you not knowing English and your dumb ass shit like cream pie, because that would be horrible, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I don't have time to slow down and I talk fast. I'm from the East Coast. If you don't understand what I'm saying, I don't know what to tell you, bro. Go back. There is a speed on YouTube. They got a setting. I think it goes from like 2 to 4, whatever. You can slow down what I'm saying. But yeah, clearly nobody ever said that. You're y'all probably drink a lot over where you're from, right? Yeah. I said a normal Tio. But when did I say Tio beat Kambosos? Listen to your comment. Excuses. Tio lost a fair and square mate. Never said he didn't. What are this guy? I'm about to this guy. I'm about to hold on one second. Let me because some days I could deal with stupid, but some days I'm not going to deal with stupid. I'm not going to deal with stupid. So it's just how it is. Boxing Magic. Look, you can agree to disagree. I get it, bro. You can agree to disagree. The fact of the matter is Shakur threw more and landed more. Yes, he was on his bicycle. Yes, bro, it was a bad performance. I said this the other day. It's like voting for 2 presidents and both of them are bad candidates, bro. You got to pick the lesser of the 2 evils. Neither of them is good. Neither of them is probably good for the job, but you got to pick one. And that's what the judges had to do. They had to pick one of the lesser evils or one of the lesser bad performances, bro. And they just did it from, you even you look at the punch copy box. I mean, bro, there was not a lot of punches thrown. They both broke together collectively. I think they broke a record for the lowest punches thrown. And I know De Los Santos broke a record for the fewest punches landed, and he threw himself an all-time low. How can he win the fight? It's just to me, that's like basic math. Yes, Shakur was evasive the whole fight. I'm not debating that. I'm just saying with basic math and the way that you score around, I don't. You would have to tell me what rounds De Los Santos won. Boxing Magic. Tell me what rounds he won. And this is why I'm actually really interested to see what happens with Devin Haney. because if boxing has shown us anything this year, especially in 2023, is that nothing. Well, you already know nothing is given in a boxing fight, but 2023 has especially showed us that. 2020, all these fights that we thought that were like the T.O. and Taylor, Fulton and Inoue, Jamel and I kind of knew Canelo was going to do that to Jamel, but still, Canelo and Jamel, Crawford and Spence, David Benavidez and Plant was somewhat competitive for the first. It was competitive for the. Well, I think Plant won the first 6 rounds, and I think that or the first 5 rounds, and then I think David came on clearly. But other than that, the other fights that I just named, a lot of us thought that it was going to be a very good matchup, and we were interested to see who was going to win. We might have picked one person, but as far as the performances, it was lopsided. It was lopsided. Spence got dominated. Fulton got dominated. I mean, he made Fulton look regular in a way. Jamel got dominated. T.O. made Taylor look basic, bro. T.O. made Taylor look like a prospect. Dominated. So if anything has shown us this year is what you think is going to happen, most likely is not going to happen that way. Which is why I'm interested to see the next 2 fights coming up, Boo Boo and David. I'm so excited for Boo Boo and David. It is unbelievable. I am, it's crazy. I don't understand why this fight is not getting as much. I don't understand why they're not promoting it. They are, but they're not. Like, I hardly see anybody really talk. That fight is literally isn't it like next Saturday? Isn't the fight next Saturday? Isn't the fight next Saturday? Okay, so today we have Diego Pacheco. Isaac Dogbay is fighting tonight too. Who the hell is Nick Ball? Anybody know who Nick Ball is? Wait, hold on. Okay, he's from Britain with an ultra aggressive style. Okay, we'll see how he does against Isaac Dogbay. Let me see. Yeah, the 25th. Saturday, the 25th. Bro, we're talking, it's next week. It's next week. And that fight right there, man. I would be really surprised if that fight went one-sided. But you know what? Nothing surprises me anymore. Nothing surprises me anymore. The way I look at it, when I look at that fight stylistically, though, I think it's going to be good. I hope it's good. As a boxing fan, I hope it's good. I hope it's exciting. I hope it's back and forth. And the winner, I believe, gets Canelo. Now, is that I wish there was some way to find out if there's no guarantees in boxing, but I wish there was a guarantee that we can know that the winner that gets Canelo. Because finally we could start seeing who's ever since he's been undisputed at 168, the only thing that we've seen since then is David, basically. And Morrell. But Morrell, because of his status right now and how he is currently, he's not going to get no title shot with Canelo right now. What do you mean he had three fights? What, 3 fights? Bro, he's the man at 140. Stop it, bro. Stop it. He's the man at 140, bro. He's the man at 140. He's the man. Stop it. Stop the cap, bro. Stop it, bro. Stop it. This is the Australian guy that I just booted. He came back with another, he thinks I'm stupid. These guys, it's very easy for me to click on them and get them out of here. And then that counts as a view, and then make them get another account and make them come back in and get another view. I could do that all day. It's one click. But I'm gonna let y'all stay. I'm gonna let y'all stay. Cream Pie's the guy that rides with Cream Pie on the bus is here. How you doing, Ray Sosa? Oh wait, no, that's Devon, ain't it? Is it Devon? Who was going back and forth with me last week? Was it you, Ray Sosa, or was it Devon? Who was the guy calling me a spick last week? Was that Devon or you? Regardless, you're not who y'all say you are anyway. I already know what community y'all with, but this is what it is. Bro, this is what I'm talking about, bro. You think Haney's exciting? My God, bro. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord bless you. And your vision. And your brain and your what let just may he bless you. He's the guy to beat at 140, bro. He beat the man that beat the man. He beat the man that beat the man. What do you mean? When he beat Taylor, Taylor had what belts did he have? Because Teal dropped one, or he dropped them both, or whatever. He's the man that beat the man because Josh Taylor beat Regis. Even though in real life the whole triangle theory, I don't believe in the triangle theory. Just because one guy beats one guy and the other guy beats the other guy, that doesn't necessarily mean that the other guy is going to win because he beat that guy. Styles make fights. But however, when you look at it like Ring Magazine wise and how people look at it with the rankings and stuff like that, if you beat the man that beat the man, you're the man, bro. That's how it works. Yeah, I'm gonna start putting y'all. I wish there was like, I wonder if StreamYard has like a group, like I wish I had a screen with a divider, right? I put all the dudes that actually are smart over here and all the small bus motherfuckers up on the left side of the screen. So it'd be easier for me to actually, I know, okay, small bus over here, actual good questions over here. It'd be so much easier for me. But no, I got to filter through all this. That's probably true. Yeah, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Yeah. I'm not making no excuses for the performance. You'll never hit you ain't gonna hear me say that was a good performance. I went live yesterday. I bet you I know, I guarantee you none of y'all saw the live yesterday, right? Where I went off on Shakur. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Y'all like that. Y'all get Alzheimer's too and shit. Just like with the whole Devin and Shakur, when Devin went to go activate his mandatory to become force the purse bid, and then Devin goes to 140. Y'all get Alzheimer's at that point. But before, y'all remember, oh, he gave him 25%. And then y'all just suddenly fucking get amnesia at the other part. Come on, man. You see, y'all have a hard time just being fair and 100 and try not to be as biased as you can. Because the fact of the matter is, Devin Haney and Prograis will probably be a better fight. And if Devin wins, he's going to get nothing but credit from me, even though I'm hard on Devin. And I admit that I'm hard on Devin. And I get on the fighters that I like, even worse than people that don't like them. So what you got to say? You can't say anything. Chris Colbert, one of my favorite fighters, when he lost 2 fucking weeks straight, I was banging on him. Pause. Every day. So what? Yeah. See, that's what y'all can't do though. You can't do that. You got a problem with that. You got a problem with keeping it a buck. Not me. Boxing Magic, what are we going to do? I mean, there is a number you can call. By the way, you know that there's a number you can call, right? I don't know how much they're going to listen to you, but you can call up the sanctioning body. You can call them. You can call them if you want and express your, I don't know what they're going to say. I wonder if I could call them right now. What belt was that for? I'm going to see if I can call him right now. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, it's WBC, Mauricio Suleiman. Oh my goodness. Let's see. All right. WBC number. Man, I hope anyone picks up with him. Go to the WBC website real quick. Okay. Okay. Just the home page on Twitter. They got Shakur on there. Okay, right here. Let me click this real quick. I'm pretty sure there's a number. The reason why I know that there's a number is because I saw a channel one day called the Belt Federation. Who was it? They actually called them. There's a number that they have. There's a number that they have. Okay. Okay, hold on. WBC offices. I'm gonna click. I'm gonna share the screen. I'm gonna call Mauricio Suleiman for y'all. All right, hold on. Right. Y'all can see that. Y'all can see it, right? Mauricio Suleiman. All right, hold on. I'm gonna put it on speaker too. Hold on. What kind of number is that, bro? Okay. Hold on. I think they put too many numbers there. Let me go with the okay, let me try it this way. Let me find that area code. Anyone know that area code, bro? Let me see if there's another office. Hold on. Oh, okay. There's another office. I want to call Mauricio though. I'm trying to call Mauricio. Let me try it this way. Okay, I'm gonna hit one. That's probably it. One. This has got to be a wrong number or something. If somebody can find the number, give me the number. And I'll call Mauricio Suleiman. I'll put him on speaker, bro. And I'll let him know. I'll say, we got some people here that are upset with the punch stats and the numbers with Shakur Stevenson, and we want to know what we can do about it. And you already know what Mauricio Suleiman's going to tell you, right? The judges went with their decision. This is how it is. Who? Who, Moody? Who must beat? Who must beat him? Tio? Yeah. I want to. Yeah, I don't advocate for fights not to happen. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what type of boxing fan y'all take me as. Like, you think I advocate? You think I just spit narratives and I can't keep it 100 and I advocate for fights not to happen and cream pies imagining shit. I left YouTube for 8 years. Like, y'all just be imagining shit, bro. Like, everything you're saying, I mostly agree with as far as like wanting fights to happen, upset about the Shakur fight, the performance, you know, but I'm not gonna agree with every damn thing that y'all say, bro, because some of y'all are legit fucking slow. That's not my problem. And I'm not talking to the dudes that are normally in here. I'm talking to the stragglers that come along and never have a damn face on their avatar, never click the link. Oh, let me do y'all a favor. No, actually, you know what? Hold on. I'm gonna hold off on that because I had some other stuff I had to say. Last time I did that, dude just wasted my damn time. He is the man at 140. Tio is the man at 140. He beat the man to beat the man, bro. He's the man to beat. You're telling me Regis is the man at 140? Make it make sense, Moody. How is Tio not the man to beat? Now, obviously, they all got it. You got Matias, you got Program. I'm not saying they're not champions. I'm saying when you look at the landscape of how it was, right? Regis' one loss came from Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor went undisputed. And even though when he fought Tio, he had dropped the belt already, he was the man to beat, bro. What don't you get about that? It's just like the other dude I was arguing with last week who tries to tell me that when one half of a parent is Puerto Rican, they're not Puerto Rican. It's the same. Like, what are you not understanding about that? What is like that shouldn't be broken down to you. We're not doing calculus here. We're not in a cave looking at hieroglyphics, bro, from civilizations that lived 2,000 years ago. This is just common fucking sense. This is what I mean with some of y'all. I don't mind answering your questions and I don't mind your opinions, but some of y'all just low-key dumb. It's baffling. It's kind of shocking. Yeah. Kind of amazes me. Yeah, you notice that's what stuck out to you, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what stuck out to you. What you smoking in that picture, bro? That's not a crack pipe, right? That's a blunt, right? I wonder if I can enhance that. I don't want no crack smokers up in here, man. Trying to hit me up for money on my email and shit. You got $5, man. I'll suck your dick, man. No homo. Like, that's probably not. I don't want that shit here, bro. Don't be coming up in here with that crackhead shit. It's 4 different champs. What don't you? I'm not saying. Moody. Are you Devon? That sounds like something Devon would say. It sounds like something Devon would say. Nobody said there wasn't, bro. Anyway, man, moving on, man. I'm gonna have to move on because I'll be spending so much time on y'all slow motherfuckers, bro. It'd be fucking up the lives sometimes, bro. It amazes me though, because I'm really trying to figure out like how is he that dumb? Like how is he that dumb? There's no possible way. You have to be collecting a disability check. There's no way. Like I don't get it, bro. Yeah, this is Devon. Same shit. No, they don't, bro. They don't. And I forgot who I was watching too. What fight was it? And I think it was the WBC, bro. Oh, it was like a clear robbery. I remember it was a clear robbery. And I was watching and the content creator was like, he called him. But it It wasn't Mauricio. So a lady answered the phone. A lady answered the phone. Oh, I did was Barbershop Conversations. This was a long time ago. Yes. Barbershop. This is a long time ago. This is before I knew about any of the narrative stuff like that. And I was just watching when I first started like realizing they had communities in boxing. That's what it was. And I forgot there was some fight. He called the WBC and a lady answered the phone. And he literally was like, he was trying to break it down like how the dude got robbed. And she was just like, she didn't know if he was joking or not. She was like, I don't take care of that, right? I'm just the person that answers the phone. Would you like to leave a message? This shit was hilarious, man. But I would love to call. Actually, no, I don't even want to speak to Mauricio Suleiman either because that guy doesn't answer a direct question. Any question you ask him that would hurt his image or the WBC, he's either going to tell you to stop asking him them questions, the interview is over, or he's going to dance around it. So pointless talking to him too. Fred, yes. Yes, I am. Yes, Fred. He still got a channel or no? Yeah, it was Fred, bro. It was Fred. He called the and I think it was the WBC, bro. I think it was. It was the WBC. I remember clearly. And a woman answered the phone. I forgot what fight it was too. What fight was it, man? It was a fight that everybody knew that it was a fight that everybody knew that it should have went to the other guy. And it was for was it? You know what I think it was? I think it was Jermell Charlo and Tony Harrison, the first one. I think it was that. I don't know. Was it that? It was like one of them fights, man, where most people were like, I think the other guy won. Anyway, she was like, I don't handle that. I just answer the phone, I could leave you a message for him. And you know damn well if you leave a message for Mauricio Suleiman, dude ain't calling you back. Oh yeah, and it's and look, it's the same thing with like, look, take it for instance, right? Like the people that are, I don't really mind channels that are like pro a certain boxer. Don't bother me. Don't bother me what you do with your channel. You know what I mean? It's kind of hard to know whether you're talking to a troll or whether a person is plain stupid because there are people that are just plain stupid. You know what I mean? And you have to decipher at that point if they have a learning disability, you have to let it go. And a lot of those Wilder fans, when you was trying to break it down to them, your point of view, it's the same thing. They don't. It's like they only understand information that pertains to what they're trying to get across. Anything else, they don't understand. You know. Does he still? So is he still a boxing channel? Let me check. Yeah, he still does. But he talks. He doesn't just talk boxing though. Like Snoop Dogg quit smoking weed. Snoop Dogg. He says Snoop Dogg quit smoking weed. What's the world coming to? Shit. He ain't gonna know how to act, that man. All right, so moving on to the Fury and Usyk press conference. Fury, I think is depressed, bro. I think Tyson Fury is depressed. I think that man is in the same spot that he was when he fought Wilder the first time. Remember when he said he wanted to kill himself? Don't ever do that, bro. They're gonna strike my channel for saying stupid stuff like that. But he felt depressed and he said, he's out of weight or whatever. He was all depressed. I think Ngannou did that to him. Ngannou put him right back in that same spot. And it's just kind of sad, bro. He was talking, and I don't understand. Maybe I don't know if it's because he's from the UK or whatever, but I don't understand a lot of things that he uses words I don't understand. Like he uses these weird words that I think you only use in the UK. I have no idea what they mean. I have no idea what was the word he kept calling him. He kept calling him a word, and I'm like, what is that? What does that mean? Anyway, Tyson Fury is one of the fighters that kind of like, I try not to judge a person on what they do necessarily outside the ring, because I know that shit. I know I ain't perfect. I'm shit. I make a lot of mistakes, man, and I try not to, but it's something about him and the way that he acts and the things that he says that's always rubbed me the wrong way. I like the fact that he thanks God and stuff like that, and I'm trying to stop cursing too, man. I be feeling bad. I be praying about that. It's just frustrating talking to people with low IQ, but every time he just acts weird, it gives me a funny feeling. I don't know, but I feel like he's in that same situation again. I feel like he's depressed again. He's depressed. Did y'all hear what he was saying in his in the interview? Let me see the press conference if I can pull up the highlights. Let me pull up the highlights again. Fury and Usyk. I just want a short clip. Oh, right here. Let's go to Fight Hype. Everyone subscribe to Fight Hype. Everyone subscribe to Fight Hype. This is crazy. These dude Tyson Fury lost his damn mind again.
The fight with the future undisputed heavyweight champion.
Make your man talk.
Let the belts come back home to Ukraine.
Rubbish. I only released one Ukrainian of all the belts.
Glory to the heroes.
Idiot of the belts that I gave him, including my Ring magazine that I only vacated last year, so I can win it back 3 times. Sausage.
Sausage, yeah. Sausage.
I'm gonna bust him. Sausage, ugly little man, rabbit. Run, rabbit, run, rabbit, run, run, run. I don't want a more. You know what's coming. You're getting smashed to pieces, sausage. You're fighting the best British heavyweight there's ever been. The fucking dauntless in these waters, me. You beat all the rest of them, but you ain't beat Tyson Fury yet, sausage. Look at him, his heart's pounding now. He's like a little pussy with an earring in. Shit house. His bollocks have shriveled up now, they have. Little sausage.
I don't
sissy with an earring in, you fucking pussy.
I'm
You're
very
not
happy
spat out.
to be here.
Oh my goodness, bro. Tyson Fury don't lost his damn mind, bro. Oh my goodness, bro. He might retire undefeated. I still got him beating Usyk, man. I got him beating Usyk. I just think he's mentally. I think that fight with Ngannou, bro, really got to him, bro. But you know what? I said when it happened, and I still do believe this. I believe that might have actually worked for him. I think that's a blessing in disguise. What happened to him, bro? Because I think he was overlooking Ngannou. I think he was feeling himself, and he was like, nobody can beat me. I beat Wilder. I beat Klitschko, and I'm the best in the world, and this and that. And I think he overlooked that man. And when he damn near went life and death with him, I think that woke him up, and he probably going to take it seriously. But he looks like he's depressed again. But he was. He said sausage, a mama, and I couldn't understand. He's talking English. But I only could understand like I don't understand like what he was trying to say. Yeah, Fury is better. Yeah, Usyk's good though, man. Usyk's good, but let me ask you this: don't you think he got knocked out against Dubois? I think that was I don't think that was a low blow. I don't think that was a low blow. I think that was a clean shot. I think that was a clean shot he caught him with. And he was on the ground, and he did that. He did what the dude from the UFC did, Aljamain Sterling, when Aljamain Sterling got kneed in the head and kind of knew like, they could stop the fight because he was getting his ass whipped too. He was getting his ass whipped and got kneed in the head. started acting like he was all concussed and stuff. Then later on that night, he was, celebrating with the belt. I would have never celebrated winning the belt like that. It's crazy, man. I think Dubois caught him cleanly, bro. I think Dubois caught him cleanly. I think that Usyk was seriously hurt, and that's probably the way to go against Usyk too. And I just think Fury's too big. I think he's too big. I think he's gonna lean on him. He's gonna lean on him like he does all his other fights. He's gonna leaning on you, bro. Oh my goodness, bro, that takes so much energy out of you. He done exhausted Wilder with that. All the fights, the second one and especially the third one, he was just leaning on Wilder, and Wilder he couldn't damn near stand. But I tell you what, man, Wilder gave my respect that third fight. He gave my respect in that third fight. Because there was parts of that fight he couldn't even stand up straight. But Fury, with the whole leaning on you, man, he's gonna do that to Usyk. He's gonna lean on him. You can just tell though during the he looks depressed, bro. He looks depressed again. And if he beats Usyk, I you know how he's always saying I retire, and then he takes it back. I honestly think that if he beats Usyk, he's gonna retire. I don't think he's gonna fight. I don't think he's gonna fight after that. And you got a lot of these young guys coming up now. Jared Miller. You got now you have this whole Jared Anderson. I mean, now you have this whole heavyweight landscape that's going on over there with Wilder and Parker and AJ and Ottawa Lean. And Fury and Usyk, and you got all these guys that's going to be fighting each other, and then you got to throw in the fact that you got some young guys that are coming up, like Jared Anderson, the dude that be trained, the Frank Sanchez. I like Frank Sanchez moves like a middleweight. He's smart. He's got power. He's fast. He's got good defense. He's quick on his feet. I'd love to see a fight between Frank Sanchez and Jared Anderson. You also got Hergovich and you got Big Bang Zhang, bro. Big Bang Zhang's a bad boy, and he trained out of Paterson, New Jersey, where I grew up at, bro. Big Bang Zhang. He big too. That's a big man. I don't know if he's taller than Tyson Fury, but he's got power. And he's got the only thing with him, you can get away with it though. You can get away with it in the heavyweight landscape, but I think he's old. I think he's really old. Let me see Zhang. How old is Zhang? 40. Okay, he's 40. That's not that bad. It's not that bad. We've had heavyweights fight until they're 44, right? 45 sometimes. 40 is not the bad. 40 is not a bad age to be fighting at heavyweight, in my opinion. But I mean, you're getting up there, man. But with heavyweight, you can always get away with it because in those larger weights, man, you know, one shot changes a fight in any weight class, but especially in a heavyweight. You know, if you had to pick a division to be losing a fight, if it was a 12-round fight, and you had to pick a fight where you had to come back, right? Let's say if you knew in advance you're going to be losing the majority of the first fight, and you're going to have to come back and win. Heavyweight would be your best bet. You could turn it around with one punch. I mean, you could do that in any weight, but you know, those lightweights, the lighter that you are, it's just a lot more punches. You're exerting more energy. I mean, that's why a lot of the fights at the lower weights seem to be more exciting because there's more punches thrown. The guys are faster or whatever. But yeah, 40 years old is not that bad for Zhang, but he needs to, I guess as far as like his accomplishments goes, he needs to fight everyone now. And that's why I'm kind of glad what's going on with the Saudis, man. I'm glad, you know, they took the initiative to kind of like get these guys to fight each other. Even though we're still not seeing what we really want to see, because I still want to see Wilder and Joshua. We're getting Fury and Usyk. But I really want to see like even Hergovich. Is it Hergovich? What's that guy? The other guy. And then you got Zhang, and then you got Frank Sanchez, and you got Jared Anderson. I want to see all those guys fight each other, man. And I wish boxing. I also wish that boxing brought back the tournaments, man. I wish they brought back the tournaments. I really do. I remember the tournaments, man. I used to love those things. I think they should have a tournament for every division. The tournaments, man, you just take out the 6 best, put them in an elimination. I also think boxing, but it would be impossible to do this. But I also think that boxing, there was a way to prevent what happened with Shakur and with other fighters that clinch a lot, sort of like forcing them to fight. But the problem is with that. The problem is with that. People are going to start crying discrimination and race. I could see it now. 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 If Devin Haney was to fight and you know he's getting all these points taken off for clinches, people are gonna say they're always gonna do it, bro. They're always gonna do it, or they're gonna say it's fixed, or that there is some boxing fights that are fixed, I believe. But I just wish that there was a rule to prevent, you know, make people engage. And if you're gonna fight in a clinch, I was watching D Styles the other day, and I agree with him. If you're gonna fight, if you're gonna let a fighter fight in the clinch, then let them fight in the clinch, bro. Just don't be like, okay, the clinch is okay this round, but the clinch is not okay that round, you know. But it's an imperfect. It's not a perfect sport. That's the problem. It's not a perfect sport. It can't be a perfect sport. But I think that there are things that can be added to the sport to make sure that fights are entertaining, to make sure that people are getting their money's worth, to make sure that these guys are really engaging, you know. And that's why I say, you know, that's going to follow Shakur, you know, and he's going to have to deal with it. He deserves the criticism that he's getting, you know, but he'll bounce back because any of these elite fighters can bounce back. Jermell Charlo, I don't know. Is Jermell Charlo getting older now? I think he could bounce back from that Canelo loss because it wasn't even at the contracted weight at 154. But now he's got Crawford up there. He's got Tim Tszyu now to deal with. That division's about to change. And he's got Virgil Ortiz. Oh, my goodness, bro. I want to see Virgil Ortiz so bad. I want to see Virgil Ortiz versus Tim Tszyu, bro. I think that'll be one of the best fights that we can get. Tim Tszyu versus Virgil Ortiz, bro. Fire fight. Straight fire fight. That'll be a banger, bro, for real. That's it's probably going to happen. And the one thing I like about Tszyu too, you know what I like about him? He doesn't turn down any fights, man. That guy doesn't turn down any fights. They come to him and they say, "Hey, do you want to fight this guy?" He's like, "Yep." He's like, "Yeah, I'll fight him." He 34. Yeah, stylistically, they both move forward. Yeah. And yeah, that's good too. Yeah. Yeah, stylistically, it's just stylistically, bro. You know what you're getting in that fight. You're getting two guys that move forward. You know? So if you want something that's exciting, I think that's a great fight to make. Jermell and Crawford. I don't know about Crawford. You know, Crawford even admitted yesterday. What was it, yesterday or was it last week? I swear it was last week with Fight Hub. I think it was. He admitted that he's got no choice, bro. He's got no choice, Moody. He's at 154. He's not fighting at 147, so he's got no choice. So we're gonna see, right? We're gonna see. Don't you want to see the fights though? You're not one of these guys that. I hope you're not one of these guys that go, "Oh, Boots versus Crawford." Okay, then. If you think he gets washed, I want to see it. I mean, I don't get it. I don't get advocating for fights not to happen. If you think he's too small and he gets washed, then let's see it. I want to see it. I want to see it. And I think Virgil Ortiz is underrated too. He reminds me of like his mindset. His mindset, not his style, but somewhat a little bit, but his mindset reminds me of like a Eric Morales, bro. He gets pissed off when you hit him. And he comes. I like that. I like it when a fighter's like that. Crawford got that too. You know, you hit him and he's like, okay, now you're bringing out the dog in me. I like fighters like that are like, you know, I've never had a problem with the sweet science, the whole hit and not get hit, but as long as you're engaging, bro. You know what I mean? As long as you're engaging, I don't got a problem with the sweet science as far as like the slipperites. I don't got a problem with that. Listen, people fight the way that they fight. Some people fight in the phone booth. Some people are straight brawlers. Some people are movers. That's the beauty of boxing. Styles make fights. I don't got a problem that you fight like that. I just got a problem when you do too much of that and you're not engaging. That's the issue. That's the issue. But there have been plenty of fighters. There have been plenty of fighters that was able to dodge punches and be tagging their opponents at the same time. And made it look good too. Like made it look good. Like they weren't necessarily like, yeah, they were moving, but they would counter. They would counter and return. They would fire back. They make the other guy look stupid because they're dodging so many punches. And then, that's, and of course, you got people that fight in the phone booth. I used to like those type of fights too. When two fighters would just stand in the middle and just like this, they're leaning on each other and just, they're throwing punches. What was a good fight that I saw like that? Oh my goodness, bro. Oh man. What's his name? He was on the Boxing Voice last year too, man. It was one of the best fights I've seen in a long, long time. It's one of the best fights I've seen in a long time. It happened like it was on an undercard too. It's like 2-3 years ago. With two big dudes. They're not known that much, but they were going at each other. They were going at it. Like, so I like fights like that. I just love boxing in general, but I don't mind if you have an invasive style. I mean, it is what it is. If that's how you fight, that's how you fight. But engage, bro. Engage. Don't just be doing that all fight. You can't win a round by not engaging. Even if you are slick as hell and you dodge 10 punches, the guy only threw 10 punches. If you just dodged all of them and that's all that was done that round, I think the guy that threw the 10 punches should win the round just based off aggression. That's how I would do it. So the defense is a very important part. You don't want to sit there and take shots. Nobody wants to take shots, but think about the criticism. Floyd got a lot of criticism for when he was Money Mayweather, but a lot of times he was fighting, man. Floyd was fighting. He just, people didn't like Floyd. That's the problem. People didn't like Floyd. And honestly, I don't blame him in a way because he's just arrogant as fuck. Even now, he hasn't even been fighting and he wants to be the center of attention a lot of times, especially when he's got the microphone in his face. But a lot of these guys are prideful and that's how they basically live their life. I mean, think about the mindset of a fighter. Think about if what you did for a living was punch people in the face, bro. How do you think you would act? I don't know. Manny Pacquiao is like an enigma though, because he seems like the nicest dude. Got people lined up around his house. He's handing out money. It's just people have different mindsets, man. If I was him, I don't know. I just looked at him. I don't know if he's trying to scare Usyk. That was just I haven't seen him do that. When was the last time I see him talk like that to an opponent? I mean, he always talks crap, bro. But what he did with Usyk was a little bit crazy. It was kind of crazy. Just went crazy at him. I think I don't know if it's because of the Ngannou fight, or I don't know if he's getting depressed, or I don't know if he's like kind of like concerned about Usyk. Like, sometimes people act differently when they're really worried. They try to act like they ain't worried. They try to act like they bad, but deep down inside, they doing that because they actually like, yo, this dude, he might beat me. Sometimes people do that. Sometimes people act tough, but really they scared as shit. They scary. Just like some of y'all act smart, but y'all dumb as fuck. The ones that come in here with the stupid questions. You write your questions like you're being smart. Like, yeah, this is such a genius question. And it's the dumbest shit ever. You think he was coked up? Fury's not in snack, is he? Tyson Fury isn't in snack, is he? No, right? No, he's not in snack. Is there any heavyweights in snack? Let me look up snack real quick. Snack fighters. Okay, here we go. Terrence Crawford, Mikey Garcia, Caleb Sweethands Plant, Devin Haney, Boo Boo Andrade, Danny Jacobs, Sean Porter, Andre Berto. He's still fighting. Josecito Lopez, Willie Monroe Jr., Martirosian, J-Rock. Got some women there. James Hitch Furlow, Ivan Redcatch. Haven't seen him. And Barrios. Mario Barrios is in snack. Oh, okay. Okay. I didn't know Barrios was in snack. Barrios done turned his career around, bro. Shit, Barrios turned it around. See, there is a plus from not ducking any smoke. You can get something out of it. You see, a lot of the mentality is like, they don't want to take a lot of losses, and that whole 50-0 with Floyd messed up the damn game sometimes because everyone's trying to emulate and be like him, and they want to go undefeated and act like a loss is the end of the world. It's not, bro. It's not. And half of the people that talk crap when you lose a fight, these dudes ain't never put a pair of gloves on in their life. 90% of them won't even click a link and hop on the damn, like, you shouldn't even worry about what they're thinking. Like, that's why I think, like, people should just fight. Just get it over with, man. It ends a lot of debates. It ends a lot of, the debating is okay because it's a dialogue and this is what we do. But still, I feel like a lot of fights get drawn out too far, too much. That Spence and Crawford was ridiculous. Mayweather and Pacquiao was ridiculous. I hope I don't have to wait that long to see either Boots and Crawford or even any of these champions fight each other. I mean, I will say this. 2023 has been an exceptional year for boxing, bro. Exceptional. We got a lot of good fights. Although they did not go the way that we anticipated them to go, we had a lot of good fights. We had some undisputed fights. We had a lot of unification fights. We had, even on the undercards, we had good undefeated fighters. What was the one that was a real good fight? That was an undercard. Joey Spencer. Remember, it was Joey Spencer and the guy that just lost to Erickson Lubin. Ramos, I think it was. That was a good fight. Joey Spencer got demolished that fight. But we had a lot of good fights, man. We've had some good undercards this year too. So and we're ending with some good fights too. We're still ending with some good fights. We still got Boo Boo and David. We got Haney and Prograde. That's a good fight. We still got Cobra El Rayo 2. That's a good fight. That first fight was crazy. I just watched that again the other day. That was actually that's probably the best fight of the night, actually. What else do we have? Is there anything else that's going to end before the year? Let me see. Oh yeah. Well, yeah, we got Ryan Garcia, but I don't know about the guy he's fighting though. I mean, they're saying he's good, but it's not bad for Ryan. I don't think it's a bad fight for Ryan. you know, when you take a loss, you got to bounce back. So, you know, it's kind of like he gets a pass on that. So I'm gonna get off because I'm gonna watch Diego Pacheco coming up. Oh man, I meant to talk about him too. I really like that. Look, I think let me go to him real quick because there was something I wanted to look up about him. What was it that I saw about him that I was reading the other day? It's not there. It's not there. He the one remember remember when El Rayo first started fighting and we knew he was with David Benavidez in their camp? Wasn't there another fighter or two other fighters? I remember what interview was it when this was a man, this had to be 2-3 years ago. They were doing an interview. I don't know if they were at uh, Robert Garcia's gym. I don't know if they were at man. I could have swore that there was a guy with El Rayo that also was training along with David Benavidez. Was that Diego Pacheco at that time? It could have been, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But he's solid though, man. He's got good punching power. What's going on, man? I think all those guys, hey, Boxing Magic, I honestly think to try to be honest, in my opinion, all the guys, T.O., I'm gonna throw Devin in there too. Devin, T.O., Shakur. I'm putting a little bit of I'm trying to mix a 135 and 40 together, okay, but just keep in mind the weight difference and keep in mind the champions, but all weight differences aside. Okay, I'm just all weight differences aside. Tank, Ryan, T.O., Devin, Shakur, Matthias, and Progray. I think if we shuffle them, any one of them guys can beat another one's on a bad or a good day. I mean, these are the elite. You know what I mean? So, you know, obviously gonna favor one or the other if they fight or whatever. And of course, you know, you always got Vegas or whatever. There's always gonna be a underdog or whatever. But realistically, in boxing, you know as well as anybody that anyone can have an off night, and any one of those guys can beat any one of those guys. So, yeah, I could see it. I mean, you know, Ryan's not a bad fighter. Ryan's not a bad fighter. He's got flaws. You know, I'm curious to see how he fights under Derek James. I can tell you that right now. I don't think. Maybe I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong, but I hope that under Derek James he brings something new to the table. I hope Ryan does something different. That's what I'm hoping. I hope he didn't go with Derek James and we're going to see the same Ryan. But what would be the point of that? What would be the point? Any fight this year, bro. Any fight this year is 95% going to be more exciting than that, Pounds. Yeah, it wasn't a good performance, you know, but if I was him, just look at the fact you got the win, you had a bad performance, and you need to work on your mind as far as like when you fight somebody that you feel like has punching power, get in the same mindset you had when you fought Oscar Valdez. I mean, I was just watching the fight last night with Oscar Valdez because I was in shock. I'm like, wait a second. Now it's making me think he didn't stand in the pocket with Valdez, but he was backing Valdez up. So, I mean, I don't know. I think it's a mental thing. He needs to fix it or else, bro. It is what it is. None of these guys are unbeatable. None of these guys are perfect. Shit. I don't care what race you are. I don't care how old you are. I don't care where you're from. I don't do none of that. Anybody can get beat. Anybody can win on a given Saturday or a given Thursday. Hey man, look, man, I'm gonna head over. I'm gonna try to watch the Pacheco fight, man. So I appreciate the ones that were here, even the dudes that came in and was trying to troll or whatever. I appreciate y'all too, man. When y'all come in here, y'all could, it's fine. You could ask your questions. Just know for the future that I'm gonna start rating questions on a 10 to retarded scale. So you slow guys that come in here, you get 1 or 2 free every live. Okay, for now on, you get 1 or 2 questions like that every live. You start asking questions like that, I'm just skipping you. You know, I don't need the answer. What's 2 plus 2, Shadow? What does the sun do, Shadow? Oh, I don't need to do. I don't. Those questions will just be bypassed every single time. Anyway, man, with that, till next time, I'm out.